Yeah. Uh, don't have a lot of words at the moment. Um, Let me tell you a quick little story. Uh, I was raised by my grandparents. Long story. I won't go into that. But now let me know if everyone can hear me okay and all that kind of stuff. This is going to be an interesting one today. Raised by my grandparents. Now my grandmother was, excuse me, get that out of the way. My grandmother was Catholic, and my grandfather was Protestant. And religion was never really talked about majorly. I saw her do prayers. I remember being, as a kid, I remember, being put to bed, and I actually have a recording that I that I recorded, that I secretly recorded on my Fisher Price tape recorder, cassette recorder thing. If you had one of those in the 80s, it was the best thing ever. And I recorded, I have it somewhere, and it's me and my grandmother saying a prayer at the end of my bed, like this kind of thing. And I remember doing that. And that's kind of just basically what I remember of religion. It was never pushed upon me. So I grew up not Catholic, not religious. It was around in my house a little bit. When we went on holidays, my grandmother, she would go to Sunday Mass, and I went to lots of different things over the years, funerals and this, that, and the other, and all that. But it was never pushed upon me. Uh, and so I grew up. Grew up sort of as a kid, teenager, early 20s, kind of agnostic. Then I went full atheist. Like I went down the atheist rabbit hole, as you kind of do when you're coming out of being a teen, you're getting into your early 20s, you're becoming like, who am I? This kind of thing. So I went down that. I read, Richard Dawkins books and, the God delusion and all that stuff. And you wouldn't have called me a militant atheist, by any means. Anything like that. But, I'd watch the debates with Richard Dawkins against this Christian evangelist and all this kind of stuff. And I'd be like on that side of like, ha ha, those silly people and all that kind of stuff. Uh, and then in my more recent years, I've just flipped. I'm not religious, but I've flipped back to probably agnostic, you know. And I'm saying all this because today, for the first time, I am going to say a prayer. And I think for the first time since I was a little kid, and this is in honor of Charlie Kirk. So rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. This is what this show is going to be about today. If you don't like it, please leave. And if you don't know who Charlie Kirk is, then that's all right. We'll talk about it very briefly. But I'm going to say a prayer here, and it's not a Catholic prayer. I also looked up, was Charlie Kirk Catholic? Was Charlie Kirk, etc. And what kind of prayer would someone of his ilk? Yeah, you can, whatever you like, you can down like this. So someone just put a downward like. That's fine. You can leave. That's okay. That's not what the show is about today. We'll talk about silver and gold and precious metals and all that kind of stuff. But this is my show, and I will talk about what I want. So the down liker, bye bye. You can go. That's fine. So I'm going to do a quick little prayer here, and I'm also going to ask for a moment's silence for Charlie Kirk, a brave man, a man of passion, a man of ideals. You may disagree with him, but a man who had a young family as well. Now, if you're a father, you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't have kids, sorry, you don't know. Okay, so I'm just going to say a quick little prayer, if that's okay. We're going to talk about Charlie Kirk. I'm going to pretty much talk about that for a lot of today, and bad luck if, bad luck. Stiff shit. So this is weird for me, okay? But for Charlie Kirk, Lord, welcome your child into your eternal home and comfort their loved ones with your peace. In Jesus' name, amen. That's it. No big, Catholic, hallowed be thy name, in kingdom come thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven and all that. I remember that from Mass, back then. Charlie Kirk's brand of Christianness was not all that pomp and ceremony like, the Catholic thing. So I'm not knocking Catholics, but yeah. So, Charlie Kirk, this is what we're going to be talking about. You also might notice that I don't have the usual bells and whistles on today in terms of the screen and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm also going live on. I'm going live on Facebook today as well, which is quite random for me on my private Facebook page. I'm going live on Twitter at the moment, X, etc. And this is what it's about. So, look, we'll do some shout outs, etc. But we'll be talking about cannot stay, says Mark Florida, but a word about those foul, despicable subhumans posting celebratory videos immediately post-shooting. Well, I will not use the words in deference to Joe's audience. Yeah, thank you. We'll get to some more comments today. Desi says, respect, Joe. He was a great man. He was a great man. Didn't know him. Watched a lot of his content. Disagreed with a couple of things, some of the more real, like full-on stuff. I'm still wrapping my head around that. But yeah, he was a great man. He was a great man who stood up for what he believed in. Let's see. Thank you so much, and a 1 and 3-year-old young something wife. I think you meant something else there. Amen, says Desi. And by the way, this isn't me being all like, oh, he's trying to cash in on the moment and all that sort of stuff. No, I've been conservative leaning for about 10 years or probably longer, and I've I respect the guy. And I'm really fucking angry today, if anyone can tell. So yeah, let's share the screen. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, let me just share the screen for a second. Let me go over here. Yeah. Copy of the thing and just the screen. Just the screen or just the screen and me? Let's do the screen and me. Why not? We'll do the screen and me. It's always about me. Charlie Kirk. Who's Charlie Kirk? Well, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Okay. He was a right-wing influencer. Okay. Conservative-leaning guy. Evangelist, Christian, kind of Christian. Okay. Very, very Christian as you can pretty much get. I disagree with that, but that's okay. He was very famous for his YouTube videos. I won't. Can I find them right now? Yeah, we can do a quick little YouTube thing. Let's go Charlie Kirk. And if you don't know what he looks like, if you don't know anything about that, okay, here's Charlie Kirk's channel. This is Charlie Kirk, okay? Right here, the man, the myth, the legend himself. So he was the head of, I think, or part of Turning Point USA. I think it was his thing. And he would do lots of videos. He would debate people. He was very famous for going out on his college campus tours. Okay, so what he would do is he would set up a tent outside a major or inside a major college campus, and then he would have, hundreds of people watching. And then anyone could come up, just stand in line, come up and debate him on any kind of topic, whether it be abortion or this or that or whatever. It tended to focus around sort of main topics, and he would do it in most of the time a quite respectful way. You listen to him talk and him debate. The guy is whip smart, and he would do it in a respectful way. Sometimes if people would get heated at him, he'd get heated back, but that's okay. You treat people how you feel you're being treated. And the guy was an absolute legend, and he was a family man. He stood up for what he believed in and all this. I'm kind of rambling, but this is really important for me today, and I don't give a shit who doesn't watch this. And today, while at the University of Utah, I think it is, he was shot, dead, by a sniper. Okay, this was someone who was around about 200 yards, around about 400 meters away. That's a decent distance. Okay, and this is from a rooftop as well. So you got to be a pretty good shot. Being a shooter myself, not a university shooter, not one of the bad ones. Owning firearms and having fired firearms, having a long arms license, having a short arms license, a handgun license as well. I am very aware of the skill that it takes to shoot from 400 meters away. It's not it's not your crackpot sniper military, kilometers away kind of thing, but you still got to be good. You'll have a decent rifle, you'll have a decent scope on it, etc. And this was a completely planned assassination attempt, and it worked. Okay? The guy had a fucking family. All right? He had 2 young kids, 1-year-old, 3-year-old, as far as I'm aware there. Young wife. He was 31 years old. Okay? And just assassinated like that. So we're here to talk about it. We're also here to celebrate him if anyone wants to jump on the Twitter space that I'm on at the moment. I think every man and his dog is talking about it, so I'm not really expecting anyone to particularly jump on and talk about it. But if you're on the live show right now, if you're watching on the live show, if you want to post a comment below, if you want to come on and talk about it, you can as well. Let's see, just the camera. We'll go back to just the camera. If you want to talk about it, I have an interview section, so you're welcome right now if you want to. I'm actually going to pop that on. So give me a second. I'm going to find that interview. Where are you? I'm going to find it here. Yeah, this isn't going to be a fantabulous, amazing show today, people. It's going to be about this, and I really don't care. Bookmarks tab, window, help, no. Okay, that's brave. Okay, that's what I don't want. I want my overlays. I want my recording outputs, my options, my mic, my camera, my source, my scenes. There we go. Where are my scenes? Nope, that's not the one I want. We have a bunch of people watching. Good. If you would like to, I'll get some more comments right here. And again, if you want to, Gerald says, kudos for your coverage and awareness, as this is all entwined and historic. Yeah, Nakas O'Reilly says, no, Silver Ruger says, yeah, so 200 yards, is less than 200 meters. Thank you, Silver Ruger. Okay, so that's actually, even I could do that, and I'm not a crack shot. Even I could probably do that, okay? But it was still planned, all right? Let's have a look here. Let's see, overlays, new overlay, recording, output, options. Sorry, gang, I'm trying. There are audio filters, camera effects, camera switcher. No, you son of a bee. That's not the one I want. Why isn't the thing coming up that I want to come up? Oh, here it is right here. Interview on. So anyone is welcome to join right now. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it into the live chat right now. So if you do want to come on, I'm going to post that in the live chat right now. That is actually the interview link. So you can go there. I have to approve you to come on if you want to talk about it. No problem. Come on. And I'll speak to anyone as long as you're respectful. No nudity. No massive profanity. No racist shit. Okay, just keep it clean and all that kind of stuff. So the link is there right now. Not a lot to talk about, guys. Let's see. I'll go back to the chat. Where's my chat gone? Let's see. Overlays. I just had it, dude. Where's my chat? Let's go back to the chat. Yep, there we go, right there. Cool. Jason says, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Jason Ashworth, who is our wonderful token left-leaning guy. Good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Obviously did not agree with his views. Yeah, I didn't agree with absolutely everything, but this is not the way. Political violence only heads one way. Correct. Not good for the USA and humanity as a whole. I absolutely do agree. Yeah, don't know how long I'll talk about this for, but Charlie died in hospital, I believe. Yeah, I think he did, unfortunately. He was a good man. Let's see. I was living in Buffalo Grove after HS in HP. Then my first apartment off Milwaukee Avenue, Wheeling down the street from, but I don't know what that means, but okay. Thank you, Joe, says Mark Florida. Yeah, no problem, man. Imagine being killed for believing in traditional values and debating respectfully with others about it. Yeah, I absolutely agree. Yes, he was hoping he would be reported. Yes, was hoping he'd be reported stable in the hospital, but so many pronounced him dead at the scene with limp arm. But that was not true. Okay, but it is unfortunate. yeah, that's confirmed now as far as I'm aware. Geez, I hope that's not, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is. If anyone would like to join me to talk about it live on the channel, you can head over to YouTube. In the YouTube chat, there is going to be a link right there. I might put it in. I couldn't be bothered. Let's see. Make sure you know for a fact that the other person has the. Make sure you know for a fact that the other person has the intellect to debate. If anyone would like to debate me today on anything, come on the show. You're more than welcome. You can come on to the live X Spaces that I'm doing right now. No one's listening because everyone else is talking about it, but I really don't give a shit. If you want to come on, if you want to debate over comment about stuff, let's do it respectfully. Show me what you got. Let's see. What else can we talk about? Let me see. I'm going to double check that I'm going live on Facebook. I actually believe I am. Am I going live on Facebook? Is it actually going through? Why is it not going through? Am I actually not live on Facebook? Let me repeat that. Oh, I am live on Facebook. So what I've done today is I've opened up my Facebook. It's usually a locked profile, but I've opened it up today. I don't know, and I'm going live. Going live for one of the first times on live on Facebook for a while. It's been so yeah. This is what I think about. This is what it's doing. It's really radicalizing people, and it's not a good thing, but it's very interesting over the last 10 years in particular. So from about 2015, now let's line all this stuff up. From about 2015, the reality has kind of been starting to split, okay? And the left and the right, as such, the left and the right have really been getting more left and getting more right. I would actually argue the left is getting more left and the like. It's that not a meme, but it's that thing of the spectrum is shifting, okay? And the right really isn't really getting all that much more extreme. I don't think. It's just the left is getting so extreme that even someone like me who has pretty I would say common sense views on general things looks like a right winger because everything's shifted this way or this way, depending on the camera that you're looking at. On the camera, thing there is really shifted. And even me, it was just like, common sense, like, can we use common sense, please? It's like, you're a right wing Nazi nut job. My point is, though, from about 2015, what happened? Old mate came down the escalator and announced his nomination, announced his candidacy for president. President Trump came down the escalator, said the things about, Mexicans are rapists and their thing and immigration, and some, he said, I assume are good people. From that day onwards, the media went, Donald Trump said Mexicans are rapists. Donald Trump said Mexicans are criminals. Donald Trump, No, he said, and some are good people, right? He was making an obvious statement. Okay, now, is it based on hyperbole? Is it a lot of rhetoric? Is it a lot of hyperbole? Yeah, because he's running for president and he's announcing it, and it's all going to be hyperbolic. It's going to be sensationalist to get people talking about it. But since about 2015, we've all just kind of been more in our camps. And I don't know about you, but I've literally lost my two best friends because of this. My two best friends. Now, I think there was probably some other factors involved as well, but I absolutely believe it's got to do with that as well. My best friend in the entire world, who may or may not be watching this at some point. Hey man, give me a call. You ghosted me and we haven't spoken in 10 years. It's been 10 years, man. Let's have a chat, shall we? Just ghosted me. Literally ghosted me. Now, again, I'm not saying it's because of just this, but it didn't help the situation that I was talking about. I was Donald Trump supporter, clearly wasn't. He clearly wasn't, and all that. So there was other factors involved. But I tell you what, I don't think it would have gotten to the point of me being ghosted by my very best friend in the world. Literally me, in over a successive amount of weeks, texting, no response. Oh, hey, I know you're busy, man. Call me when you can, all that sort of stuff. We would talk pretty much every day. And then 3 months down the track, I had to call his father to go, hey, man, hey, mate, I don't know what's going on, but, I don't know. And he said, yeah, he's decided to cut contact with you because of this, that, and the other. And I generally believe this is one of the main reasons. And again, it's just a big splitting. And you've probably noticed it in your own life. Have you had people that you just maybe don't talk to anymore, who don't talk to you? Have you had friendships end? And then my second best friendship, then about a year and a half later, basically sided with my previous best friend. And then, yeah, two best friends gone because of this kind of stuff. And I'm just kind of rambling, here. And I'll get to your comments. Yeah, everyone found out what a friend is over the last 9 years, in my opinion. I absolutely bloody agree. I absolutely agree. I will get to more of your comments about this. My point was, since about 2015, this has been really split. I bet it's happened to you in your life. And now it's very interesting because of this, and I've been noticing this over the last 5 years, roughly, but particularly we'll just use Facebook as a general, idea, a general topic for it. Very interestingly, over the last 5 years, even 10, but maybe 5, all the people who have just slowly started to notice, oh, you're conservative leaning. Because I would post something on Facebook and I'll just get a little cheeky like from someone. I'm like, And as I've been saying on Facebook just in the last couple of hours, roughly, it's very interesting, particularly in the musician world. Now, I've been a lead singer for 25 years as an entertainer, and the musician-y kind of world is very left-leaning, okay? And it's been very interesting over the last 5 years, roughly, and more so just in the last 2-3 years. And also, it started to just kind of ramp up, as the years have gone down. Just, oh, you liked that post. That's interesting. Oh, you commented on that post. Oh, you're a secret conservative. Oh, you're this. And I really believe with the Ukrainian woman who was brutally fucking murdered by, admittedly, I think schizophrenic, crazy dude on the subway. That started really, that was kind of like a bridge too far for people. But I really think this Charlie Kirk thing is really going to start bringing people out. And this is like a real come out stage, a real come out time for the secret conservatives out there who are literally, I would say, afraid in some kind of way to come out and say, yeah, I am a conservative leaning thing. I think things have gone too far. Because in this, particularly in your industry, whatever industry you're in, that's pretty much the same for any industry, because, but particularly in the muso industry, if you were to come out 10 years ago, if you were to come out and say, I'm a conservative, I support Donald Trump, I kind of did at that time, but, I'm just that kind of guy, can't help myself. Many people would be afraid to do it because, let's be honest, if if someone needs a fill-in bass player, okay, and they're seeing, this guy has, oh, that guy, yeah, that guy, he's my go-to. Oh, he kind of thinks the same way that I think. Or if you've got that other guy that's also really good, but he just kind of, he's a Donald Trump supporter. Oh, he's conservative, right-leaning. Who are you going to ask do it first? Okay, you are probably, on balance of probability, when one guy's good, the other guy's good, they're equally as good as each other, who are you going to ask first? You're probably going to ask the one who sides with your ideals more. Now, we all know that as a, general psychology. So many people have been not speaking up, not speaking out, saying nothing just because they don't want to lose money. They don't want to lose gigs. Okay? And I was like that in the beginning, but now fuck that. Fuck that. I'm fucking done. Fucking done. This Charlie Kirk thing, the Ukrainian woman, I mean, it's just all been ramping up. So I'm fucking done. I'm done pretending that, oh, this and the other. No, no, I'm conservative leaning. I've been out about it for a very, very long time. You know that. And I've kind of had to, hide my views, from in the past because, what in case, this amazing person that I've worked with millions of times before, they're a great person. We get along fine, as I don't dislike them for having different views or whatever. uh, needs a singer, needs a fill-in singer, and now what? They're going to ask someone else instead of me now because I have these. It's this subconscious thing. Everyone will probably, these people will probably go, oh no, I called this guy first because oh, maybe he's a little bit closer to the gig, and they'll come up with all these confirmation bias reasons for the actual probably subconscious reason is, oh, this guy's a Donald Trump supporter, he's a conservative leaning and I'm not, so I'm not going to get him for my gig. Because I'll tell you why I believe that to be the case. Because you know what? I might even do the same on my opposite end. There are people that, and I'm not saying I absolutely would, but look, let's be real. I might, if I need a fill-in bass player, a fill-in female singer, or a drummer, whatever, guitarist, whatever, I've got all my go-tos in my phone, right? All my go-tos in my contacts, on my Facebook Messenger, etc. And I think through them all, and I go, well, I'm going to call that guy. Oh, yeah, I mean, this is my number one go-to is this guy. My number one go-to is this guy. And then even I can go, you know what? I might call that guy last. Shoot me. Oh, pardon the awful pun. But that's just the case. And at least I know it. I admit it to myself that it is a possibility. So if I think it's a possibility for myself, if it's someone that's really, full on like left leaning, blah, 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 posting every day on Facebook and this and like all that kind of stuff, I might ask them last. So I recognize that. So I recognize that people might do that for me. And I think many people recognize that in, any industry that you're in. But no, fuck it, man. I don't care anymore. This is me absolutely out loud, proud. I am conservative leaning. Do I want people to die in the streets? No. Do I want people to die of poverty? No. Okay. We actually, between the left and the right, we actually have the same goals most of the time. It's just that we disagree in the system in which to get to those goals. So left-leaning people will say, right-leaning people don't care about the poor. It's like, no, we care about the poor, but we disagree on the way in which the poor should be taken care of, for example. Or pick a whole, you want, people to die. It's like, no, I like people. People are nice, right? It's just we disagree on the system in which to do stuff. Cool. Kind of rambling here, but again, this is a Charlie Kirk RIP. Honoring Charlie Kirk if we can in any kind of way. Let me get some comments here. And I'm just really, I'll probably do some silver and gold analysis, etc. Let's see, get some comments here. Anyone from Facebook on my thing? Let's see. Yes, he was having reported stable. Yes, make sure. Yes, so we did that one. Okay. Gerald Draper says, glad to see you all here live. Cheers, sad occurrence, but a huge distraction. Yes, it is. Debate equals a formal discussion on a particular topic in a public meeting or legislative assembly in which opposing arguments are put forward, nothing said about feelings. Facts do not care about your feelings, says Ben Shapiro. Timing is not everything, but leans to more obvious. Don't know. That was distorted by mainstream media as usual to follow the Mockingbird Project. We all know someone that has been since then to now more eyes opened, in terms of losing friends, etc. Yeah. How many people got ghosted over the jab? Yeah, and then that came along. Far out. Then that came along. just I really don't care. You can, anyone watching on Facebook, anyone watching on YouTube, anyone watching on X right now, or listening on X Spaces is welcome to ask me my opinion on any topic whatsoever right now, and I'll give you my "this is where I stand" opinion on it. Why would you give a shit about my opinion on stuff? I don't know, but we're talking here. Okay. But I'll let you know, and this is going to actually probably be controversial on both sides of it. I got the jab. I got the first 2 jabs. I did not. I was skeptical of it. I was skeptical. I wasn't like, rah, 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 let's go get the jab, everyone. Can't wait to get my jab. That'll be fantastic. Yeah, let's put random shit in my arm. But I was also very pragmatic on it. I also have and had a young family. I also needed to work to earn money. I am the sole provider of the family. And the job, and this is when I was working at Bullion Now. I've worked for 3 major gold and silver bullion dealers. Bullion Now, I was the first employee, all that sort of stuff, you know, that deal. So when it rolled around, some people in the office were like, I ain't getting this shit at all. And I was listening to various sources, saying, some were pro-vaccine, some were anti. It's not a vaccine. It's not a vaccine, by the way. It was never a vaccine. Some were pro-jab, some were anti-jab, and some were like just kind of pragmatic, somewhere in the middle. I'm going to turn up this lighting here. It's kind of a bit better. So I actually did get the jab, and for me, I got it because I didn't know. I sit on the fence a lot of things. I try and listen to one side, I listen to the other side, and it's all about a cost-benefit analysis, a risk analysis based on what you know at the time. So I got the jab, got the first 2, because there was nothing telling me 100% that it was going to kill me. There was also nothing telling me 100% it was going to save me. But the decider was, do you want to come back to work, Joe? If you want to, unfortunately, and this was said by the boss, by the way, this wasn't like said, you got to come back to work. It was said, I'm bound by the law to not be able to, you can't come back into the office and do work until you've got the jab. So that was what he said. It's like, unfortunately, I can't. So I had to go, okay, well, I like to eat food and so do my kids. So I got the 2 jabs. Now, where do I sit on the jab now these days? Not a vaccine. Didn't work as a vaccine. Its efficacy wore off very, very quickly. Do I believe in the died suddenly stuff? No, not necessarily. No, I don't believe that that's necessarily a thing. There's a lot of correlation, but there's not an equal amount of causation, I believe. But anyway, why am I rambling? I'm just rambling on random shit. We've been talking about Charlie Kirk here. The man was an absolute legend, and I'm really sad that he's gone today. And it's really just put a fucking fire under me. Yeah, and you know whose fault this is? Do you know whose fault it is? The media. And it is not Charlie Kirk's fault. Charlie Kirk's a dude. Like, he's just a guy. He's a guy with strong opinions. A guy with strong opinions who was very good at what he did. He was persuasive. He knew some very good persuasive tools. He was good at social media, etc. And, he was the man that was chosen to be one of the headliners of the conservative world. And he did it really, really well. What's the point I was trying to make? I don't really know. Let's get to some comments here. Desi, as bad as it was, I always say that some good did come out of COVID. People's true colours came out, and we got to see who is who for the first time. Yeah. Media and politicians determine what you are. Thank you. The media. That's what I was saying. It was absolutely the media's fault. And it is the left-leaning media's fault. There are going to be people, you can debate me all the fuck you like. There are people who might come on and say, the media is so right-leaning, it's not even funny. You know, it's owned by in Australia, you've got Rupert Murdoch, and it's Murdoch-owned media. That's Fox News and this and that. Bullshit. Bullshit. The vast, vast majority of the media in the world is left-leaning. Why? Because they're creative, artistic-y, and that kind of side of things. It is. Do not tell me that the vast majority of media are right-leaning conservative. Bullshit. Okay? Is there Fox News? Yes. Is there Sky News in Australia? Yes. Sky News is on Foxtel. It's not even, Sky News isn't on free-to-air television. Okay? This is all complete bullshit. It is massively left-leaning. Anyone who tells you otherwise is either lying or they're deluding themselves. It is. And this is the left-leaning media's fault, because you have been telling everybody out there that people like me are likened to Nazis, are racist, are sexist, are blah, 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 fucking blah. Okay? It is your fault. You have radicalized crazy people. Now, crazy people, is this guy, it'll be a guy, obviously. I won't say that. It was a guy, obviously, that did it, that shot Charlie Kirk from about 200 meters away with a fucking rifle on top of a roof. And I don't know if they have a suspect yet. Do they have a suspect? Have they been identified? I'll have to check the thing. That person would have been radicalized by the left-leaning media, because the left-leaning media cannot have open, honest, normal debate. That's pretty much it. I cannot tell you the amount of times that, I mean, again, we'll take my two fucking best friends who I lost. Again, one ghosted me in 2015, haven't spoken to him in 10 years. Except when I emailed him in 2019 when my grandmother died, and I just sent a little, hey man, just letting you know my nan died. You know, she always thought highly of you. He sends back one fucking email, one sentence, which was, sorry to hear that, hope it was painless. Could I gotten a little bit something? I'm really sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I really liked your nan. You know, I remember the times when we would go to blah, 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 and, you know, she'd make us dinner and da, da, da. Just sorry to hear that. Hope it was painless. Is that all you could have done in 10 years? Yes, I am venting. What was the point I was trying to make? The point I was trying to make was, what was the point I was trying to make? I was talking about, the media. Anyway, this guy. Absolutely radicalized by the left-leaning media, and I've lost my train of thought. Don't know what I was going to say. Let's see. Can't go down no more, but volume's got... What? Is my volume bad? My volume good now? Can you hear me? Am I good? Media and politicians determine what you are. Now, look, I will agree with that. Now, I'm not going to say that right-leaning people like me, which I am now, I am definitely right-leaning. I'm not going to say that everything that I believe is because I came up with it with I did my own research. That's bullshit. Just so you know, I very much fence sit on this kind of stuff. You know, I like to piss everyone off. You can't do your own research. That's not a thing. Okay, so you have, as a right-leaning person or as a left-leaning person, your opinions have been assigned to you. Let me say that again. Everyone watching here, you all believe, because we believe we're logical people, we believe we reason by first principles, we reason things before we come up with our general ideological place that we sit. We believe we reason first. No. The reasoning is just to confirm your previously held bias that you wanted to do anyway. And your opinions are assigned to you by the media that you choose to consume or that consumes you. Now, I completely admit, yes, I am letting the media that I consume inform me of my own opinions. Okay, now I reason it later on and go, no, I had that opinion myself. No, I didn't. And neither did you. Okay? And I absolutely agree. Media and politicians determine what you are. Now, I think you meant that in a different way. I think you meant that in a persuasion way. And the left-leaning media for the last 10 years since Donald Trump came down, and it's probably way before then, but I just notice it more, being an older gentleman now, is that they have absolutely painted conservative-leaning people as Nazis, basically Nazi sympathizers. Now, if I were back in the 1940s, etc., would I want to punch a Nazi sympathizer in the face? Fuck yeah. If I saw someone walking down the street with any kind of Nazi paraphernalia, can you imagine? In fucking 1939, 1942, okay? Imagine that, being in Australia, and for some reason, not that this would happen, but for some reason you're walking down the street and you see someone with a swastika on their arm or something like it, some kind of paraphernalia that is tied to, being a Germany supporter, in World War II, I'd fucking punch them in the face. I probably would. I'd be happy to go to jail for it, right? I would do that, right? Particularly after the war, etc. Yep. I would think that would be fair game, probably. Okay? And that's exactly what the left-leaning media did to conservatives for wearing a red hat with some white fucking writing on it. It's a hat. A fucking hat. Okay? They likened that to the Nazi insignia, to the fucking, the swastika. They likened it to that. And can I tell you, not congratulations, but slow fucking clap. From an objective perspective, you fucking did it. You did it really well. They're very, very good at their persuasion, the left-leaning media, the left-leaning politicians, Democrats in the States, Labor in Australia, etc. They're really bloody good at what they do. They got skills, man. And they're not afraid to take it that extra step. Because as a conservative, I tend to go, well, I'll do this. I'll use this tool. I'll use this tool. I'll use this tool. I'll use this persuasion tool. But I'm not going as far as that. I'm not going to label my left-leaning followers as Stalin-loving, communist, want to see, like they're this, that, and the other. There are right-leaning people who do that. I'm not going to go that far. But yeah, it's just kudos to the left-leaning people, to left-leaning media. They pulled out all the stops and they fucking won, man. They won. You know how I know we won? They won because Charlie fucking Kirk is dead. That's why. That's how they won. You know how? Because fucking Donald Trump was an assassination attempt twice. That's how I know they won. You fucking won. Congratulations. Did you know, very quickly, and I'll get to some more comments, etc. If anyone wants to join me for an interview, if you want to debate me live, I've got the interview link there. I'll put it there once again in the live stream thing. That's the interview link that you can join me right now. If you want to talk about it, if you want to debate about something, if you want to talk about Charlie Kirk, I'll pop you on the channel right now, etc. Did you know that there are some people out there who genuinely believe that the Earth is flat? Did you know that? Like, actual people believe that the Earth is flat. It's a whole deal, the flat earthers. Can you imagine that? That's so freaky to me. Do you believe that there were people back in whenever it happened, the Sandy Hook elementary school shooting? Can you believe that there were people back then who believed that they were all actors and that no one died? Like, no kids actually died. Like, that was an actual thing that some people actually believed, right? Can you genuinely believe that there are genuine people who believe that the assassination attempt on President Donald Trump when he was at the podium that was faked, that was staged. Can you believe that? I can't. People actually believe that was a staged event. For what reason? I can understand maybe they'll say, for this reason and that reason. Mental. Anyway, let's see. Read your statements of response. Okay, you guys going for it in the comments here. Here we go. Jason, these are not mainstream media. You guys are going for it in the comments. You guys should just pop onto the channel. You can have more than a couple of interviews, things. We can have a 3-way chat about it. Pop on if you want. Let's see. All right, I'm going to read these out. I'm going to read them out. Screw it. Let's see. Yep. David Williams says, any of this could have happened without the compliance of the douche mainstream media. It is your fault. Their fault, I mean. It is absolutely their fault. Neil says, I didn't work for 2 years because of the jab. I refused to get it unless they could make it out. Give me 1 second. Just need to read something. Cool, yeah. Someone is telling me, someone who shall remain nameless is telling me right now on a different platform that you can't see. All my friends are so sad about Charlie Kirk. They agreed with most things he said, that he spoke in facts, and people didn't like that. Absolutely agree. Random person who I shall not mention. Absolutely agree. Yeah. Let's see. I didn't work for 2 years because of the jab. I refused to get it unless they could take it out of my body when I live. Yeah, can you remove it after I'm done? Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to check I just want to see what's going on in terms of, and let's go to the screen. Oh, just the screen or just me? Screen and Joe. We'll do screen and Joe. Let's see. That's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. I want to check this one. Am I going out live as of right now? Well, I am going out live as of right now. I'm doing a Twitter Spaces as well. Is anyone on Twitter Spaces? Oh, is that finished? Am I not live anymore? Oh, okay. I'm going to end that because no one's listening to that. Has my Twitter feed dropped out? Let's see. Am I going live? Where am I going live on right now? Why is my X feed dropped out? Am I still live? Give me 1 second. Tell me I'm live. I'm still live. Okay, still live over there. Fantastic. Good. Get your comments in, etc. I'm just going to check here. I want to check what's going on with Charlie Kirk, if there are any more news. Charlie Kirk. Trending. Latest. Let's read some live X/Twitter. It's X now. Thank you, Elon. Let's read some live X posts about Charlie Kirk. Okay. Charlie Kirk is a genocide apologist, Nazi Zionist that said that a 10-year-old who got RIPED should carry the baby to full term. Did he say that? Islamophobe, racist, transphobic. Yes, you say he didn't deserve it. Oh my God, he had it coming. Congrats for being mentioned live on my stream. Join us to debate if you have the balls. There you go. Nice. Get stuffed, mate. Charlie Kirk is a geneticist, apologist, Nazi Zionist. Yeah, get fucked. Let's see. Any more particular news? My thoughts and prayers to Charlie Kirk's family. Yes, okay. Oh, that's because I've typed it in wrong. There we go. Someone's messaging me. I'll get rid of that. Let me put that on vibrate. Let's see. So this is what it's come to. After all the talk and all the spin and all the bullshit, if you disagree, we kill you. Charlie Kirk's murder is the most brazen political assassination since MLK. Straight up terrorism. Repost. Let's see. Charlie Kirk, suspect. I'm going to go suspect. I just want to find out more. Get your comments in. We're going to end this pretty soon. We're going to limit it to an hour. I don't think I'm going to do the usual silver and gold analysis and all that kind of stuff. Probably not today. Breaking news, Charlie Kirk, second person of interest released today. Okay, suspect still at large, no one in custody. So be very careful when if you're seeing that someone is saying, this person, they're showing a face, they're giving a name. Don't rush to judgment yet, because they might just be a person of interest, but then they get cleared. Okay. Yeah. So don't start reposting all this kind of stuff. Yeah, Charlie Kirk murder suspect just released. Yeah, exactly. So there's going to be we're in the fog of war at the moment, so we're not going to know exactly. There's going to be a lot of things. This person, that person, this person. No one knows the truth until, a little bit later. The shooter remains at large. Okay. Let's see. Let's just go Charlie Kirk. I'm going to go Charlie Kirk. Let's see all the hate. Charlie Kirk deserved. Okay, Charlie Kirk deserved. Deserved. Well, for MSN, no, they did not. Shameful for MSNBC to say Charlie Kirk deserved assassination because of his views. Did they say that? Did they? I wouldn't put it past MSNBC for someone on there to say that, but I doubt it. Let's have a quick little look. You wouldn't go that far, would you? Let's see. MSN. Wow, MSN has a guy on basically saying this is Charlie Kirk's fault because of what he says and what his politics are. After this, the host continued to demonize Charlie while he fights for his life. Well, he's fucking dead now, isn't he? Let's see. Does anyone else remember that? Yeah, no, okay. I think I'll probably come back to there. Cool. All right, let's get out of there. So basically, I absolutely agree. Absolutely disgusting to shoot Charlie Kirk because you don't like his beliefs. What the fuck is wrong with people? Repost. Maybe we'll get into the final comments, I think, possibly, and we'll get out of here. Back to the camera. Again, look, you're watching Good Morning Stackers. This is normally a show about precious metals investing, crypto and Bitcoin as well. But it is my show, and I'll talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. And Charlie Kirk, conservative leaning, master debater, respectful, logical, mostly non-emotional. Again, as I said, if you shout at him, he'll shout right back at you, fight fire with fire as such. Dead, gone, assassinated because of political opinions, because of a radicalized left-leaning population where somebody who is radicalized enough I wouldn't even go out as far as to say the person was crazy. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this person who did this heinous act wasn't crazy. They've just been massively radicalized. Now, obviously, what is going to happen? Guns. Ban guns. He wouldn't be dead now if guns weren't so readily available in America and bullshit. And I already seen people posting, Charlie Kirk believes that guns saves lives. Didn't save your life, did it? Fuck off. Okay, don't be that guy. All right? You can have a respectful debate about gun laws in America and all that kind of stuff using logic, using the facts, using the data, using reason, etc. Okay? But yeah, killed because he has conservative-leaning views. Tell me the last person who was assassinated. Tell me the last very out there public person. And this is a genuine question. This isn't a rhetorical question to say you can't find one. No, I actually just genuinely want to know. Tell me the last large public-facing left-leaning person that was assassinated clearly because of their political views. Tell me the last person. Now, again, public facing, very large public facing, out there like, out there like as much as Charlie Kirk was. Who was the last person? Okay. It is predominantly, and it will continue to predominantly be, left-leaning, radicalized people who continue to attack conservative-leaning people. When I've been to, I don't go to protests, by the way, but can I just say again, we're rambling here. Don't go to protests. Do not go to protests. I know some people like to go to the march for this and the march for that in America and Australia and all that. I don't go to those things because you don't. Why? Why become a target in case someone brings a fucking pipe bomb and lets it off or whatever? This is on one side, some people will say, well, this is radicalizing me to go and do that even more. They're trying to stop you from speaking out. You have a microphone, you have a camera. You can speak out as much as you want. You don't have to go to a physical protest. Okay, I just absolutely don't recommend it. But years ago, I went to see Milo Yiannopoulos. Do everyone remember Milo Yiannopoulos? Remember that? Remember him? Went to see him, and literally, I had to go. There was a huge police presence. Okay, and you've got these. And literally walking into it was in Kensington. It was at the Pavilion, in Kensington, a place I've actually played at multiple times in bands. But it was there, and there was a huge police presence, which was cordoning off the protesters, the unwashed masses. That's what I will say that about left-leaning. The people who are willing to go to a left-leaning protest to protest a speaker like Milo Yiannopoulos, who was back then a gay Jewish man, gay Jewish white guy, out and proud gay guy, Jewish, and all that stuff, and conservative-leaning guy, who are protesting that guy. And anyway, the point I was trying to make is, as everyone, the people who have their tickets, we're walking in, there's a barricade. And literally it's maybe about 10 meters away, and a huge barricade, and police, dotted there. And as we're all walking in, I literally had people shouting, "Nazi! You're a fucking Nazi! You're a..." And we're just walking in going, the fuck is going on here? And I actually looked at, and I just laughed and waved. It's like, you're a fucking Nazi, you're a supporter, fucking, that's where we've gone to. I went to see someone named Stefan Molyneux. Came to Australia in 2018. Went to see Stefan Molyneux, and the venue had to be changed at the last minute. I took a train down to a certain train station. From there, I had to get on a bus, and I had to be bussed in to this venue, which had a big fucking fence, a big gate. It was just kind of like old school hotel ballroom kind of thing, like ye oldie kind of thing. And it had this big gate and shit. Had to get bussed in, protesters at the fucking gates and all that kind of stuff. All the unwashed masses. What's the point I was trying to make? That's where we are. And then conservative-leaning people, we don't do that. We don't go, apart from I would say the very radical, say, anti-abortion people, who there'll be a group of people maybe around an abortion clinic in the United States. And we don't even do that here in Australia. We don't go and go stand outside of things in mass mobs and just, go, you're a fucking this, you left-leaning weirdo fucking pedophile. Well, we could say all the things that we would, all that kind of stuff. You wanted the children, fucking, all that. We don't do that because, sorry, we have a bit more common sense. We do. We have a bit more of a standard. Okay, we use rhetoric, we use logic, we use our words. And the point I was trying to make, I think, was there's been so many times where I've said to someone, whether it be on the internet or something else, like, hey, let's just, we disagree. That's okay. We're allowed to disagree. That's cool. Let's just disagree. Hey, jump on, let's have a respectful debate. Jump on my show and we'll have a respectful debate about it. But no, they just want to spit their shit. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get to some last comments and then I think we'll get out of here. So normally I would be talking about gold and silver and precious metals and how to invest and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, not today, man. I'm just so fucking done. Let's see. This is about the jab, is it? I recall hearing someone say that if anyone doesn't get it and gets sick, should be... Okay. Yes, the media is right and centrist leaning. Show me a left-leaning... I'm sorry, Jason. Are you living in fucking bizarro world? Bizarro land? The right is centrist. The media is right and centrist leaning. Show me a left-leaning mainstream media. Have I landed in bizarro world? You actually believe that. And this is the thing. The brilliant, amazing Scott Adams, who I fashioned the synchronized slurp after, said this in about 2015, that since Trump came out down the stairs and blah, 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 he said he's going to... Scott Adams said about Trump, said, and his candidacy said, he's going to rip a hole in fucking reality. And now, and this is what Scott Adams said, it's now like we're all in a cinema and we are watching one screen. So we're all in the same cinema, we're all watching the same screen, but there's two different movies playing, completely different movies playing. This is where we are in 2025 with reality, literally, where I see blatantly obvious that the majority of, let me be very clear, the majority of mainstream media is left-leaning. This is obvious to anyone who is conservative-leaning. Anyone, okay? Similarly, you are probably shocked to hear me say that. You believe that the majority of the media is right and centrist-leaning. Okay, this is the problem now. I can't even debate this because there's no point. Because I'm so shocked that you believe that, and you'll be so shocked that I believe the opposite. And this is the thing, Jason, you could come on, we could have a chat, and you'll go, here's my facts, and I'll go, no, here's my facts. What's it going to do? No, you're fucking wrong, man. Most people are going to jump on you right now in the comments and go, are you serious? No. ABC, PBS, CNN, MSNBC. Like, come on, man. Are you joking? Now, is Jason talking about Australia? News.com.au. Even, come on, man. Yeah, I get the Sky Channel out in the country. Yes, Sky News. Sky News, for anyone watching from the States, Sky News is Australia's version of Fox News. That's the only conservative-leaning thing, and it's not even on free-to-air television. I think it's on like the paid Foxtel kind of thing. I don't think you can get it for free. As far as I'm aware, you can get it for free when you stay in a hotel, right? But it's a paid thing. It's Sky News. That's it, is the conservative-leaning thing. There are some conservative-leaning radio stations. I think, was it 3AW was the conservative-leaning radio station, the AM radio station? But that's radio, man. Listen to that. The vast majority of mainstream media, the 7 p.m. project. Come on, like, dude. Jason, come on, man. But again, that's crazy for me to hear you say that. It's just as equally as crazy for you to hear me say that. We will never agree on it. You say, yes, someone's been arrested? Maybe. 100% checking scraping data to see if technology has stepped in. All the near saying that he's, oh, dude, seriously. So this is what you've had this. Okay, all right, here we go. Comments. Final comments. Monique said, I always considered myself left, but find myself sliding right the older I get, and it's probably purely because the left has gone more left. Thank you. My best mate said the same. Absolutely. The left has gone so left that you now, as a common sense person who just has some common sense, crime is bad. Criminals there should be enough of an incentive for criminals to stop doing criminal things. That's considered a right-leaning view. 30 years ago, that would have been considered, well, that's just common sense. Even, the left and the right 30, 40, 50 years ago were like, we agree on most things, but here's some kind of like a bit nitpicky things. So choose me because we kind of agree with everything, but it's so fucking different now. Okay. And yes, the left has gone more left and we've just kind of stayed the same common sense stuff. And that's now seen as being like right-wing Nazi propaganda. Yeah. On that, Mon, the reason why, in general, the reason why people in general, not true for everyone, there are 60-year-old left-leaning people, I get it, but the reason in general why people get more conservative as they get older, a couple of reasons. Number one, it stems from childhood. So number one, in your childhood, everything is provided for you. Everything. Your shelter, your food, everything is provided. Okay. So when you in your teenage years, and if you haven't been raised by a conservative family, okay, if you're just kind of like non-political, everything's done for you. Okay. And so as you sort of get into your teenage years and your early 20s, you're still in that, your brain, and the other reason, your brain is not fully formed until around about your late 20s, roughly. This is tongue-in-cheek, but is there a correlation between your brain not being fully formed and more likely to be left-leaning in your younger years? Maybe. But yeah, you have everything done for you. So when you get out of school and you get out all this, when you're younger, you're used to that. You're used to having everything provided for you. And so you are more likely to favor, well, everyone should be taken care of. Everyone should be taken care of. We need the government to take care of everyone. Everyone deserves this, that, and the other. Now, conservative-leaning people also believe everyone deserves to have food on their table. Everyone deserves to have a job. Everyone deserves blah, blah, blah. It's just that we disagree on the way in which, as I said earlier in the show, we disagree on the systems in which to get us there. Again, this is systems versus goals. Left-leaning people are goal-oriented and rather than system-oriented. So I'll get to that in a second. Someone's calling me? Don't call me. No. My point was that, yes, you're used to having everything done for you. So you naturally tend towards left-leaning politics. Because, again, particularly if you're in a non-political kind of family, you will, the mainstream media, which is predominantly left-leaning, I will say, Jason, more than 50%. That's what I mean by majority. Do I mean 99.99%? No, I think it's a higher percentage, Jason, but let's just say over 50%, shall we? Cool. The majority is left-leaning. The television shows, the children's shows, the indoctrination. Okay, tell me children are not indoctrinated into, Jason, tell me children through the television programming are not, whether it be in their early years or in their later years, in the teen years, tell me that they're not indoctrinated into left-leaning ideology. You can't claim that, man. That is mainstream media creating it. Anyway, the point is, what I was saying was, yes, you're more likely to be left-leaning because you're used to having everything done for you. As you get older, you have a bit more independence. Everyone remember when you got your first paycheck? And you're like, I remember it, man. First fucking time I got a proper paycheck. And I was working at Officeworks, and I got my first paycheck, and I opened it up, and I was like, I looked at the first total. I was like, oh, 300 and something, what? 70 something dollars tax or whatever it was at the time. I went, that's what I earned, but that's what I'm taking home. That's the first wake-up call when you go, oh, okay, shit, right. And, you move out of home, you learn how to do things for yourself, all that. As you get older, as you tend to get, it's not always true, but as you tend to get more successful as well, the more successful, I won't make that correlation. I was going to say the more successful you are, the more conservative leaning you are. Not necessarily. I mean, they're incredibly famous people and hugely successful people, I guess from a artistic point of view, but they're artistic. Anyway, the older you get, you tend to. Yeah. And also I think it's because, your brain is more fully developed as well. There's again, this is tongue in cheek, but there's, I think it wasn't Ronald Reagan who said something like, if you're still a Democrat or a left-leaning person in your older years, that's kind of weird, because as you're older, you tend to get more conservative. Anyway, I think I'm going to be here for a while. Let's see. You got balls, Joe. I will give you that, my main man. Yeah, I'm just fucking done. I'm fucking done. The world is going to crap, says Silver News. Every generation believes that the world is the worst it's ever been. We'll be fine. We'll get over it. The world's not going anywhere. Oh, I could get into climate change. I could, but I won't. Let's see. I have not seen the news. Was it no, it was not. Not that I'm aware of, actually. You never know. Yeah, you are bound to have a Charlie troll to surface. The longer you are on, the more that you will see bots and... Oh, we got a Charlie troll on. You are bound to have a Charlie troll surface. Do we have a Charlie troll? Do we? Oh, please tell me I have a Charlie troll. No, I don't think I do. Let's see. Hi, Joe. With more unrest ahead with Charlie's death, will this affect people's approach of uncertain... Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. We can tie it to the bullion price. With more unrest ahead with Charlie's death, will this affect people's approach of uncertainty? Do anything to the bullion price? No, I don't think so. I think the gold and silver prices are going to where they're going to anyway, regardless of And unfortunately, I mean, this is big news today. In a month's time, this won't be big news anymore. It's just the way it is. This has no impact on my investment future. Yeah. Question on my question. The last right-wing shooter or agitators that cause harm than the January 6th operation. Well, we could talk January 6th, couldn't we? We could talk Jan 6. Operation. Yes, it was. Gotta run. See you, Mon. Love your work. Have I got how many people still watching? Got 127 people watching, so that's good. Again, if you're watching this on X, I think you can join us via the live stream chat, or if you want to type in something, if you want me to see something, type it in, or head over to the YouTube stream, okay, and then you can have your say in the comments right here. Amen, Joe. R.I.P. Charlie. His family will be heavy in my thoughts. Have a good evening. All proud to be here this evening to hear your thoughts, Joe. Thanks, Becky Gundelfinger. I think I'm probably wrapping it up here because I've got stuff to do as well. Yes, the left actually believes the majority of the media is right-wing. Again, this is just two movies on one screen, and nothing you say, left-leaning person, is going to convince me otherwise. Nothing I say to you is going to convince otherwise. It's like trying to convince a vegan that they're wrong. That's not going to happen. They have to come to it naturally by themselves. Okay, let's go to this. Let's go to this one. This is how you know. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. This is how you know that you're probably, without being definite, on the on the right side of an issue. Okay. Let's take veganism as an analogy. How many people have you known in your history? I don't know. Maybe you don't follow this kind of stuff. I do. That have tried both, opposite ends of the spectrum, have tried both, or have gone to one of the opposite ends of the spectrum of the carnivore diet, of which I am. I am a proud carnivore diet proponent, have been for the last 7 years. It is the species appropriate diet, and no one will tell me otherwise. Again, confirmation bias, sure. How many vegans, how many videos have you seen or whatever, or you heard of a vegetarian or a vegan coming off veganism after a number of years going, fuck, I tried this vegan thing and it's really wrecked my bloody health. You know what? I'm going to carnivore. You know what? I've flipped over. I know people personally who were lifelong vegans pretty much, who have gone, oh, yeah, no, I realized this is the wrong thing. It's really been bad for my health. I've just switched to carnivore and I feel absolutely fucking amazing. Okay. Similarly, how many people over the last 5 years, let's say, have you seen who are left-leaning people? This is the gauge of it. What is the crossover percentage? How many people have seen in the last 10 years, 5 years, 10 years, go, I used to be a conservative, but I've seen the error of my ways and now I'm a progressive left-leaning liberal. Oh, wait. How many? A big fat fucking bubkus, I think. Are there going to be outliers? Is there someone out there who used to be conservative and now they're a blue-haired liberal? Blue-haired left-leaning person? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. My bet would be I grew up in a conservative family. I was raised as a conservative, just like someone says, I was raised a Catholic, I was raised a Christian, but now I'm an atheist. Sure, there'll be those ones. But there's no one, I will hazard a guess, no single person who in their adult age, let's say 30s, 40s, who has been a conservative for a long time, who has switched to be a left-leaning ideological person. I'll bet there's none. I can't say none. There's tall Japanese people. I get it. There's outliers. Let's flip it. How many people have you heard that have been lifelong leaning people? And they're not just when they're getting out of their teens and in their early 20s, not those people who are who their brains are starting to get more fully developed, but the people in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, those very famous people. Who have you seen who have just come out and gone, man, I was gung-ho liberal, left-leaning, voted for Bill Clinton, voted for Obama, voted for this, voted for that, and this world is just, no, I'm fucking voting for Donald Trump now. How many people, what's the crossover percentage from right to left and left to right? It is left to right, the vast majority, just like vegan to carnivore. Okay, you don't see people going from carnivore to going, this diet is terrible, it hasn't worked for me, I'm going vegan, I feel so much better. Bullshit, hasn't happened. Okay, so this, just at least let that steer you in, just go, it might not be the absolute kicker to go, conservative people have the right way of thinking, but just think about, geez, that's interesting. There's far more left-leaning people that are going right-leaning and coming out as conservative than the other way. It's basically zero, as far as I'm aware. Now, left-leaning people will go, that's because the media is right-leaning and they're getting indoctrinated. So you can't win either way. Anyway. Final comments. You guys still don't understand what left-leaning means. I think that's the problem. All those are Democratic mouthpieces does not make left-leaning as the Democratic Party is not. Yeah, see, this is the problem, Jason. like you're defining it. You're defining it in your own way. So of course you are correct because you're defining it in your own way. Okay, but everybody understands what generally the left means. But you're going, well, that's not what the left means. Okay, thanks for your definition, which is different to the majority. The majority understand what left leaning is. Democrats are the left leaning, right? You're saying no, traditional liberals are not Democrats. I get it. You're trying to separate yourself. Yeah, but just we got to go with what the majority is. Okay, it's like two people having an argument between something, and one, I believe I'm arguing with you about some topic, and I believe we're using the same set of rules, and then after 20 minutes of debate you go, yeah, but my definition of XYZ is different, and I go, oh fuck me, thanks for telling me. You could have told me that earlier. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the broadest definition of the thing that we're talking about, right? DJ, so sorry late to the party. No stress, man. I'm about to get out of here. It's really only Sky After Dark that is. Oh, it's only Sky After Dark that is right wing. Oh, okay, fair enough. Let's see. The new rich list in AI. Yeah, we're talking about stuff. Yeah, we're not doing crypto stuff today, mate. People are becoming more right-leaning because they are feeling lighted. Want to look out for themselves because the rich are screwing them. Slighted, sorry. People are becoming more right-leaning because they are feeling slighted. Want to look out for themselves because the rich are screwing them. Okay. Thanks for I will always value your opinion. Jason Ashworth. Let me just check some final things. Do I have any random comments here? Penny Dollars says, Screen and Joe, Penny to Dollars. Thanks, man. That was a nice tribute and prayer. Was he correct on everything? Is anyone? By the fruits you will know a person. I think his harvest speaks for itself, Charlie Kirk. I've not been as close to God as I should. Maybe we should not waste this opportunity. Time to think how are living. Okay. I appreciate that. Is there any more news? Give me a second. Charlie Kirk. Suspect. Excuse me. So Trump blames the left for shooting of Charlie Kirk, even though there is no suspect. On balance of probability, Ali, what do you think? Who do you think it's going to be? You dickhead. Okay, let's see. The second suspect. Yeah, nothing on the suspect. All right, I think I am definitely going to get out of here. Now, that's not what I wanted to show you. Let's see. I will get out of here now. Let me go back to the screen here. Final comments, just the camera and just me. Once again, this is Good Morning Stackers. We're going to finish it off here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think, everyone's kind of dying off because we're nearly at an hour and a half. And I usually spend about an hour on here. Give me a second. Yeah. Yep, cool. All right. Yep, I'm out, people. We will do, that's it. I'm not going to do all my usual stuff. Okay, so if you would like to follow me. If you want to subscribe. You do you. That's okay. I normally talk about precious metals investing, silver and gold investing. We look at charts. We look at Bitcoin and crypto as well. I'm not doing any of that today. This was just to talk about Charlie Kirk and just to do what I want on my own damn show, and I'll do it when I want it. I will give you I'll give the slightest plug, but I don't want to plug it too much. There is a live stream happening tomorrow on the Silver Investor Club. You can find it. If you go to school.com, I'll put a link somewhere. School.com, you can type in Silver Investor Club and you'll find it there. It's the club is free to join at the moment. There's a private live stream tomorrow. It's a Silver Investor Club hangout, and there'll be a special from Perth Bullion Exchange. It's going to be a good special as far as I'm aware. Yeah. How did left and right leaning originate? No idea. Good question. Bye, Joe, says Silver Rigger. Absolutely. See you later, guys. Have a good day. You'll get another live show on Tuesday where we're back to normal. And I'll just say at the end of it, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I'm sorry that you are gone. I'm sorry for what has happened. I'm very sorry for your family. My heart and my thoughts and prayers, etc., go out to your family. I'm particularly thinking about your two beautiful young children. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great one. And I'll see you on a live show